So recently, as life has been slowly coming back to normal, and I've been able to dive a little deeper into my creative work more than I have been able to in a long time, it's given me the opportunity to reflect and really think about the opportunities and the places I'm in, and how thankful and grateful I am to be in them, but also to kind of remember how I got there in the first place. As of right now, I feel more motivated and driven than ever. Something I've always been big on is enjoying what you're doing and enjoying the moment, but also looking ahead and not being afraid of what's to come and being excited about that. However, the pandemic has also taught me to slow down and truly appreciate the process of what you're doing. And it's really about finding that balance between enjoying the moment, enjoying the process, but also keeping your eyes on the prize on the next big thing and just finding the right balance between those two. I've also begun paying attention as to how I speak about future possibilities or opportunities, but also maintaining a lot of open-mindedness as to what my future could look like in the sports creative industry. At the beginning of the year, I always really had the mentality that wherever you want to go, whatever role you want to fill, or whatever job you want to have, it's ultimately in your hands to make it happen. This is something that I think a lot of people in the creative industry would probably agree with, that, whatever you want to do or get to, it's in your hands to make it happen. However, my mentality definitely has shifted recently in how I'm going to approach the future and new opportunities coming my way. Whenever someone asks me how I got to a specific job or opportunity or acquired a certain client or contract, my answer would always used to be, you work very hard, you network even harder, persistency is key, and just being consistent and working your tail off. That would always be the approach I would take when giving advice to people. That's all very well and true and definitely still applicable, but I've also began to learn and realize that another big part of it is goal setting and objective setting. Having a target in mind for you to propel yourself to get to that next level. One of the biggest pieces of advice I've heard, and you've probably heard this before too, is to create the work you want to be hired for. If you want to work for the NHL, the NFL, NBA, MLB, an agency, whatever, you need to create the specific kind of work that you want these companies or leagues or teams to notice you for. I still always will recommend to people, tailor your work for your audience, but also tailor your work for any future employers you want knocking on your door. But I think apart from this, there's one really big part that people miss all the time, and that is to really understand and keep in mind how you're talking about future opportunities that you want to pursue. What I'm talking about is the idea of manifestation and understanding the huge impact that it could have on your work and your future. Now, I know a lot of people are going to hear that and probably wasn't what you were going to expect from me, but at the same time, before you go, really understand that through my experience in the last 6, 7, 8 months, I've had a lot of opportunities come my way purely because I manifested it. I began doing this early on in 2021, and I found ultimately it has helped me significantly achieve a lot more of my goals and my objectives, and to reach clients and opportunities that before I never really thought were possible. I think there's a really big significance and importance when it comes to writing down your goals or verbalizing them, whether it's in front of somebody or in front of a camera or on a voice note, or even writing it on a whiteboard or a sticky note right on your desk for you to look at. There's a lot of power in there just for you to look at and understand that that's what you're aiming for, and you won't stop until you get there. I remember right before 2021 began, I was on a Zoom call with a lot of friends, and we ended up talking about goal setting and manifestation and things we wanted to accomplish in the new year. And that was for the very first time that I verbally set a goal or, a dream that I had ever since I began being a sports creative, just something I wanted to achieve and do. And something that I never really thought was possible at the beginning of my journey. And even when I said it, 8 or 9 months ago, I still didn't think it was possible, especially within this year specifically. By the time I'm recording this, I know I haven't achieved that goal yet, but believe me, there have been so many milestones I've had to get to even come close to that goal that I've definitely achieved, and I'm on the cusp. And when I say I'm on the cusp, I mean by the time this video comes out, I may have already achieved that goal. But I've never been so close to achieving such a big goal, and I don't think I would have gotten there if I didn't speak it into existence in front of my friends, if I didn't write it down in a notebook the next day, if I didn't, try to make the effort to make that manifestation happen. I don't really want to share what it is just yet because I'm superstitious and only a handful of people know, but I just want you guys to understand the power that comes with writing things down or speaking them out to existence, recording them. Holding yourself accountable is one of the most important things you can do as a creative, apart from being a hard worker, apart from being super talented. Being able to write things down and work towards a goal and having that inner motivation is one of the most powerful things you can do right now to get ahead in your career, no matter what you want to do. For example, if you want to work for an NBA team, just say, I will work for an NBA team. Don't say I want to, say I will. Even though you aren't there yet, you're putting it in your mind and you're putting it into the world that that is where you will ultimately end up. And I can't promise that you will, but when I've said things like that, and even smaller objectives, smaller goals, and different things I've done over the last few months, every time I've said I will do this or I will be there, I've found myself achieving that more often than not. Like I said, you could write it down in a notebook, you can put it on a whiteboard right next to your desk, something you can look at or hear or just remember every single day. And I think just having it in front of you and having verbally said it will just make you get out of bed and put that little bit extra bit of effort into getting to that goal, whatever it may be. I've done this a lot more since my initial manifestation, and I've found a lot of positive and early returns so far. Whether it's been writing it down or speaking it out loud, every time I've set a goal or an objective or explained a dream to somebody, I find myself most times getting closer and closer to it, if not achieving it almost very soon after. More often than not, I actually accomplish these a lot faster versus any other goals or ideas that I have that I don't verbalize or write down. I've probably said this before, but hard work and hustling and being creative is just one part of the puzzle in being a sports creative. I think the other part definitely comes with setting goals, holding yourself accountable, and being able to manifest those things, write them down, and work towards them. You can be the most talented videographer in the room, or the most exceptional editor, or creative graphic designer, or whatever you pride yourself on being, but if you can't goal set and work hard to achieve those goals, it's gonna take a little longer to get to your final, job or opportunity or role that you want to be in long term. So next time you have a big idea, next time you have a dream that you want to accomplish, no matter how big or how small it is, take a second, speak it out loud, write it in a book, write it somewhere you'll be able to see. Just hold yourself accountable, and I think you're going to find that the more times you do that, the more often you're actually going to be able to accomplish those goals and achieve those dreams or get that job or whatever you want to accomplish. If you've made it to this point of the video, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. I know I rambled for a bit there, but I really just wanted to share that little bit of advice with you guys. As much as I do want to use this channel for gear talks and tutorials and things along that sense, I also want to use it as a way to speak one-on-one with you guys, give you guys advice and share experiences. And I love having a little outlet just to have these kinds of chats and conversations with you guys. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to leave it a like. And if you haven't already, or if you're new, please hit that subscribe button. We are at 902 subs at the time of recording, which means we are 98 subs away from 1,000, and I'm super excited to hit that milestone. So go smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at 77jmorales, and let me know in the comments down below, have you guys ever, played around with manifestation and goal setting? I would love to chat with you guys about it and hear your experiences. And that does it for today's video, so I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.